Good morning. This is Radio Douglas, special edition with Mrs. Lareniga and Jay Rodriguez out in the field at our new school. We're so excited. What's up, guys?
So we're going to take a walk all around, and we're even going to get up to the third floor where our school is going to be. We're going to check out what the steel looks like, and we're going to see the gym.
Okay. Oh, how exciting! I can't wait to see it. And I'm going to hide my camera, and hopefully you will be the main. Yeah, you are now what we see.
There we go. Here we
Oh,
go.
there's the fence.
Oh yeah, baby! Look at this.
What? Oh, is that the drill truck? Are Can you hear me, Mrs. Lareniga?
It's a little tricky to hear you because there's big machines in
Yeah,
here.
these big machines right now, what they're doing are drilling your geothermal wells. So those wells, there's going to be 65 of them. They will help to heat and cool the new school. So it's pretty cool what they're doing. Those wells that they drill go down about 600 feet down into the ground. So really deep. So if we keep
Wow.
walking around, you can actually see some of the steel columns being erected. That's for building C. We're just going to hold on while this truck backs up before we cross over.
And that's going to be where a bunch of our classrooms are.
That's correct. Up on the third floor, you will have the classrooms that look back to where the old Douglas School is going to be.
Yeah, so that's a well truck from the well company. No, yeah,
Correct.
yeah. Yeah, so if you're a kindergarten student or first, second, third grade, this is going to be where your classrooms will be.
We'll take a walk over and get somewhat of an up close and personal view of what the crew is doing today.
Oh my
You guys
God.
should see this. It's unbelievable.
What are these piles of dirt?
So these piles of dirt, one is sand. So we use the sand to backfill around all of the underground utilities that are inside the building. And then this gray material, this is all the material, the processed stone that gets put underneath the concrete slabs on the ground floor. So that gray material there, we'll actually put some more in the building, and then we'll place concrete on top of that to create the ground floor slab.
There's a giant crane right here. I can't even tell you how big it is when you're up close and personal to it. It's enormous.
So this crane, it has a boom on it. That is called a lattice boom. It's 205 feet long.
Wow. It looks like you could walk in it up to the top. Is that true?
That's
You could
amazing.
walk.
So that hole that the drill rig was drilling is drilling holes that would fit 3 of those in it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Good math.
Thank you.
So when you can see some of the columns that are already stood up, those columns are erected. And then you've got the ironwork is over there starting to install the horizontal beams. Those beams will eventually support the floor of the second and third and fourth floor. The
Wow.
fourth floor being the roof.
Wow. That's awesome.
All right.
Thanks for going in.
So we're going to take a walk around. We're going to go around the crane, and then we'll go back up onto the second and third floor. Probably just up to the third floor because I heard that's the best floor out there.
Do you have to walk up, or is there an elevator already?
We are going to walk up a temporary stair tower
Oh,
that
wow.
goes up to the floor. So you can see this big machine. This is a big Caterpillar excavator. Obviously, it's not being used right now.
It digs stuff up, huh?
Mrs. Larinaga is going to stand next to it. So it is a big piece of
That
machinery.
is a big piece of machinery.
Here's some of the extra dirt that was excavated from around the project.
What are all those pipes? Were they a surprise?
Some of those old pipes, those were old drainage pipes that were in the ball fields.
Oh, really?
Those have been removed. Yes.
They were probably a surprise.
Do you ever find
Whoa!
interesting?
This stuff is coming over our head.
So what these guys are doing, they are called riggers.
Oh my gosh.
They rig the structural steel, attach it to the crane, and then the crane swings it over into place.
It's all that flying steel.
Yep, they're flying the iron.
Mrs. Lareniga has been dying to say that since she heard it the first
I
time.
haven't.
Oh,
I say it every day when I see it flying in the sky. I love it.
so right now they're flying the steel over to the erectors that are up on the second floor.
How many more beams of steel do we have to go?
We still have upwards of about 500 to 600 pieces of steel still left to erect in the building.
Because all that where those things are standing straight, that's eventually going to look like the other stuff.
That is, those columns will eventually look exactly like the rest of the building. And then once they're done working over here, they will start to build the cafetorium, which we're looking at right here. The foundation is in. Once the steel is done being flown over to building C, they will start the cafeteria and the auditorium.
Can we show them the stairs we're going to go up?
We sure can. So that right there is the stair tower that we're going to walk up. So we're going to go up to the third floor.
And that's
Walk
temporary?
on the steel.
That is a temporary stair tower that is used to provide vertical access to all the men and women that are working on the job.
Will we have to be careful to not fall through?
It is safe to walk up, so we do not have to be careful. Even though you should always be careful and walk up the stairs slowly.
You know the prints of the men that are out like on the beam in New York City?
Yes.
I'm imagining we're going into that kind of an environment.
Nope.
Of course, OSHA would never allow
Unfortunately, we can't do really, really cool stuff like that.
Got it.
We have to take safety as our top priority.
You bet. All right.
All right.
Yeah, safety was not that big in the 1920s.
All right, here she goes.
Here we go.
She's going up.
Going into, wow. So this part is not going to be part of the final building.
This is not going to be part of the final building.
This is just like a fancy ladder that you guys brought with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So second floor here, this is the gates floor. We'll just take a quick sneak peek.
Hi, Gates.
Wow. And the cement's already in?
We have placed this one slab. And what you can see, what we're looking at right now, we're going to have this on the second and third floor. This is a temporary loading bay. So what we will do is this is how we're going to get a lot of the materials up into the building.
Okay.
So we have a machine that will sit down on the ground and it will hoist the material up into the building and drop it in this little zone. The workers will then be tied off. When I mean tied off, they're going to have a harness on so that they can't fall out of the building. And this corral keeps everybody that's working on the floor safe from the edge.
Yeah. Wow. They're not even allowed to go close to the edge, are they?
Correct. Anytime someone is over 6 feet in the air, they must be tied off.
Really?
Yes, that is one of our consigli standards, and everybody has to abide by that, or they're not allowed to work on the job site.
Eventually, this will all have flooring and lighting, and it will be the classrooms and the offices and hallways of Gates, which is really kind of hard to imagine right now. Let's go look at Douglas.
Okay.
You really can't be afraid of heights.
Is it weird walking up there, Mrs. Lareniga?
I got
waving to you.
We'll see if we can get a more clear picture upstairs. All right, here's the Douglas floor.
Oh, no cement there.
So there is no concrete place yet here. Right now, we have to wait for the blasting. We're removing a bunch of ledge. Yes, yes. So we're removing a bunch of ledge out on the bus access road. So we cannot place concrete until that is complete.
I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a little scary.
What are you walking on?
So what she's walking on is the reinforcing that goes inside of the concrete slab. So it helps to really keep the building strong by adding additional reinforcing in the concrete.
Is that like steel bar, or is it like chicken wire, or what is it?
It's very similar. So there's mesh, which is 6 by 6 squares, 6-inch by 6-inch squares, and that is mesh sheets. Each one of these sheets is 5 feet in width and 10 feet in length. So the ironwork is lay this over the decking to provide the additional reinforcing.
And this will be here underneath all the other layers once we move it.
This will be underneath everything, correct?
We won't see any of those crossbars.
All those crossbars, those will be enclosed in drywall, and the walls will be covering those crossbars up.
And so you're standing where there would be a classroom now.
Correct. This is a classroom.
Yeah, like
we can actually get a
6th grade classroom, probably.
A pretty good view of Douglas.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the view from the 3rd floor classroom.
Wow.
That is awesome.
What are those?
So those, obviously, one of them is a dumpster where all the trash goes.
I meant the things behind there, Mr. Rodriguez.
The two big structures behind there on the left-hand side, those are actually the geothermal vaults. So what happens is all of the geothermal wells, the piping goes to those vaults, and the water is captured in the vault, and then it is pumped into the building. So that's essentially a holding tank for the heated and cooled water. And to the right of it, those are manhole and catch basin structures. So any of the storm water that, any water that falls down on the asphalt, on the parking surfaces, flows into those structures, and it gets discharged out into the wetlands.
Oh, wow. So that'll all be underground.
Those will all be underground, correct. Yes. Would you guys like to take a quick stop up on the roof?
Yes, we would.
All right, let's go take a quick walk up to the roof. And then we're going to walk down and...
Mrs. Loreniga, does it seem bigger? Does it seem big?
What's he saying?
Does it seem big?
It seems enormous, and it seems extremely tall. Like, we're going to be very, very high up. It's going to be great.
But we won't have to strap in.
Correct. So we'll take a quick walk up here, and then we're going to go visit the bus access road to check out the utility work.
All right.
Oh man, we are so high up, it's insane.
What's going to be up on the roof?
The roof up here will just be a few exhaust fans and some vents for the plumbing system. So this is the roof. This is the roof of the Douglas School. And you can see over there on the far side, that is going to be where the mechanical units sit inside that steel structure.
Where's the kindergarten playground going to be?
The kindergarten playground is going to be
on top of the roof, right?
Down, not on the roof. Not on the roof. Yeah.
Let's do a big slide down from up here.
Big slide down would be very cool.
That would
Need
be
a lot
an
of like
awesome
bubble
slide.
wrap. The view is unbelievable.
Is it windy? It sounds pretty calm up there.
It is very calm.
There are
Is
bugs
there
up here.
is there going to be concrete on the roof as well?
There will not be concrete on this roof. This will just be a roof membrane. So it will be built up with insulation and a very thick and heavy white membrane that will be efficient and not allow the sunlight to penetrate down into the building.
Oh,
It'll
that's
be efficient.
great.
That's what I want on a roof.
Our roof now is black, so that lets a
Well,
lot of
I can,
heat into the building.
yep, we'll do. So now we're going to take a quick walk down and we're going to go watch the blasting happening.
All right, we'll wait here. So we're going to have one of the beams come to school, and everybody's going to get to sign it. So your name is going to be on a beam that's part of part of the structure of the building.
That is correct. And I'm hoping to have that beam over to your school this afternoon. So it's out of the rain and it can be in the building and available to be shown off.
And then we'll wheel it
Hey,
into
Louise.
classrooms and people can sign it in their classrooms.
Louise, we've got about 10 minutes to showtime.
Okay, thank you.
As a quick view, you can actually see some of the underground utilities.
Where are the underground
Right
utilities?
now, we are looking in the large gymnasium. So that's the big gym.
What are those pipes?
So those pipes are going to carry the wiring for the photoelectric or photovoltaic panels. So all of the
Oh,
PV panels that are out on top of the roof and out in the parking area, all that power will go back to transformers that will be out on the bus access road, and that power will be stored, and then it'll be brought back into the building in those pipes, the wires that'll be buried in those pipes.
Oh, here comes a bulldozer. No, that's not called a bulldozer.
That is
Front
a
loader?
loader, correct.
You just never know what you're going to find when you hear.
A lot of moving pieces.
it seems like it seems to us like the building's going up quickly, Jay. Is this just kind of like a regular speed for a building, or is it going up quickly or slowly? How are we doing?
Overall, we are doing very well. When you have a building of this magnitude that is very horizontal, it takes a long time to get the foundation elements in place to be able to start structural steel. So once the structural steel does start, it does seem like it goes very fast, but that's a pretty average pace. We've had a few weather days because of rain, but overall, the job has been going very, very well. So right now, this is the large gymnasium, and we are looking at some of the utility work, the trenches, where the power will come in from Eversource, who provides the electricity for the project.
So all of our power lines are going to be underground.
Oh, she wants to show the size of the bucket. It's pretty big.
One fell through.
You got to keep a leash on her. She
They could take a forklift up to the third floor. It's a little picky.
Wow, look at this. So this is going to be under the street.
This will be under the street. So what we have right here on the outside, the conduits that are the farthest away from me, that is going to be the PV conduits. And then you've got a set of two conduits next to that. That will be where the primary power comes in off the street from Eversource.
Wow.
And then the conduits closest to me, those gray pipes closest, that will carry the phone lines, the cable lines, and the fiber optic lines.
Huh. Wait, what are the PV are the photovoltaic uh, lines, right? That
Correct.
that's from our roof.
And I'm going to hurry up over here because we are going to blast. So I don't know if you just heard that last horn, which was 1 minute. So I actually need to give Louise from the gate school a heads up that we're going to do some blasting.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my radio really quickly. Hey, Louise.
Yes.
You got about 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
And blasting, is it done with dynamite?
Hold on. We're going to let Mrs. Larinaga right here. Where does she go? Mrs. Larinaga, where are you? Come right over here.
Mrs. Lareniga is gonna.
All right.
Do something.
This is going to be
Hello?
special. So let's come over here and be safe. Come over this side.
He's
All
got
right.
a thing. It's like you see in the cartoons. He's gonna like push the button and there's gonna be an explosion.
All right. We're going to let Mrs. Larinaga do it. Here you go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Wow.
Woo. Here's the horn that sounds all clear.
Mrs. Lareniga, you just set off an explosion.
Mrs. Larinaga, great job.
I just threw up a little.
Fantastic job. Thank you for helping.
That was something else I want to see it again on the replay. I didn't know what to expect. Awesome.
And there's Amber Peach. Amber is the assistant super for the project.
Hi,
So
Amber.
she helps me out a lot out here.
We've met her. We've met Amber.
She is me, Dr. Whitbeck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to.
Dr. Whitbeck, do you have another question?
Yeah. So you have to. Is the blasting done with dynamite?
It is a mixture of explosives that get. So we drill holes down into the ground. Each one of those holes are about 9 to 10 feet deep into the bedrock. So they drill these holes and they insert tubes, some explosive tubes down into the ground. And then they put some special caps on the top of it that send a shock to the tubes, which in sequence, they roll out a real long wire that sends the signal to the first blasting cap. And then it's essentially a whole bunch of big firecrackers that go off and it creates that one big boom. And that big boom down below the ground fractures all of the ledge into little pieces so it can be removed with the big excavators.
And you're doing that so that you can put those conduits all the way to where they need to go.
Exactly. So all of the conduits that bring the power and the telephones and more importantly, all of the drainage. So any water that accumulates in the bus loop, it needs a place to go. So it all comes down the street. So that's why we have to remove the ledge to make way for all of the piping. All right. Do you have any more questions?
Mrs. Lareniga, is there anything else that you wanna see? Can
Mrs. Orniger, is there anything else you want to see?
No, if there is, I'll take stills on the way back.
Okay.
It's just incredible. Like there's somebody walking on a ladder right now. It's just the small things that you wouldn't notice that make this whole construction site super busy.
All right. Well, thank you guys. This is a fantastic tour, and we can't wait to see it. Hi, Amber, and we can't wait to see what happens next. What might we be able to see next as we're watching from Douglas?
What are we going to see next from Douglas? More flying steel?
So you will see a little more of the steel being erected over on the building C and building D. You will start to see some exterior framing over the next month and a half. The columns will actually start to turn gray as we spray on the fireproofing onto the columns. And then eventually after that, the walls will be framed.
Wow.
The exterior sheathing will be installed, and we'll start to install the exterior brick and metal panels.
Cool. It's gonna look good. The bulldozer there is pulling up all the tire that was absorbing the shock from the explosion. Now we got a machine right here. Very noisy.
All right. Well,
Sorry, that's the drill rig.
That rig drills all the holes.
be careful, guys, and we'll see you back here at Douglas.